So, start of our weekly top exercise. This week we're going to start with the push-up. I'm going to go over some of the variations, adaptations and progressions of the push-up and how they can be best used within a workout or if you're just starting off to get basic strength. Okay, so what we're going to go over now is just a basic push-up, and I'm going to be talking you through what you need to do and things you should look out for when you're doing them. Okay, so when you start the push-up, your basic push-up, you're going to have your hands shoulder width apart, in line with your shoulders. So plant your hands, fingers spread out to give you a good strong base, straight legs. So your whole body should be in line, okay? You might need to get used to it. So what we're going to do is you go down, exhaling on the way up. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a look down, look slightly in front of you, down, and up. If they're too difficult for you, what you can do is you can go as far as your knees. Okay? So you put your knees on the floor. What this does, it takes some of the body weight away. Same process again, down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Now, the areas of the body that this is working, the chest, triceps and shoulders. Okay, so we can focus on these areas differently depending what you want to work. So, if you want to work your triceps more, what you need to do is you need to bring your arms further to the side. Okay, same process as before. If you find them difficult, you go to your knees, and you go down, and you push up. As you can see, the difference here is our elbows are running past the side of our body. Okay, instead of before, where our body was going down, like this, our arm has been brought around to the side. Okay, what this is doing is isolating the tricep. Okay, slightly different from the one before where we were trying to catch our chest the most. So, that's the basic push-up. Now, if you start to get good at them and you feel that you can do 15 or 20 without a break, you should always try and do a few more. For those involved in a lot of fitness and doing a lot of sports, push-ups are a key thing. Anybody who's been doing any weight training and stuff like that, push-ups after a big set of either the bench press, flyers, or the dumbbell press, using these as a drop set is a great way of increasing the amount of blood that's going to this area. It's that what helps give the muscle areas in particular pump and the look that you're going for. Now, some of the ways to make this easier if you're still developing is, like we saw before, we use our knees and keep the body straight, or you can do the box push-up, which is this, where you start in the box position and you go down and push down. This is particularly good if you've had a previous injury, to say a wrist, a forearm or something like that, and you're just trying to develop that strength again. Another one that I commonly use in personal training is the wall push-up. As you can see, for this session, we are in my house. Okay, so the wall push-up. Exact same as when we're on the floor, but we're using the wall. And the stronger you get, the further we can go down the wall. Now, something to be aware of is you don't want to have anything underneath you when you're doing this push-up in case you fall. Maybe place something behind your feet to help stabilize yourself. And just be aware of your own ability. It's a great way of developing and to increase strength. Now, like I said before, those are some of the easier ways that we can do it. Now, as progressions, for For progressions, there is a number of different things you can make to make this difficult. I'm sure you've all seen clips of people doing the push-ups and the claps. There's many variations on what you can do. Spider-Man push-up claps, 21s with push-ups. The push-up is very variable and you can do lots with it. You can catch the muscle groups in many different ways. The chest, triceps and front of the shoulder, very versatile. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over some of the variations on how to make the push-up slightly more difficult. Now, push-up stands, very cheap, easy to get hold of. You don't necessarily need to use these. You can get tins of beans, you can find any household objects, basketballs, soccer balls, whatever you might have lying around the house, you can use them. If you're going to use those though, just be aware to make sure that they're all stable, otherwise you may fall on your face. I have done it. Okay, so push-up stands, what these do is they increase the range of motion that you're going to work through. So, exact same principle as before. Breathe in, you go down, right the way down, and push up. Breathe in, push up. Breathe in, push up. What this exercise is doing in particular is putting you through a wider range of motion with your chest and all the other muscles. Same as with triceps, you bring it to the side. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. As you can see, the difference from before is you're getting a wider range of motion. Okay, so that's one of the more simpler ones. One of my favourites is an alternating clap. It's something I've worked on for a little while. I have fallen on my face once or twice. So it's only if you should feel comfortable that you should do this. Now, what we're doing is we're starting with our hands staggered. So I'm having one hand above my shoulder height, one hand below. In between, however, I have the push-up stance. So after each push-up, we're going to push and switch hand position. Now, this is using strength and trying to increase the speed in which you move your arms. Okay, so exact same before, you push up and you switch. Push up and switch. Okay, so it's all about using that power to switch between. Now, you can do this, you can break this move down even simpler. So you are push up and switch. Push up and switch. You make a 4 square out of it, just to get your hands used to being in the higher position and being in the low position. So there's some of the ways that you can make variances of the push-up. Push-up is a very key exercise. Things that you need to be focused on. If you're trying to work your chest, you should work the chest muscles. So what do I mean by working the chest muscles? Depending on the type of muscle you have, whether, say, for instance, if you have long arms or short arms, it's going to have different effects on what exercise is most beneficial. So I find that on my chest in particular, I need to do flying motions in order to catch my chest, whereas you might find that the bench press in particular catches your muscles most. Excuse me. So when I'm doing some of these exercises, I don't push forwards. I push forwards and together. So as I'm going up, it looks like my hands are staying still, but the whole time I'm contracting those chest muscles as if I'm trying to push my hands together. So I'm pushing in, but focus on those muscles. It's all about creating a mind-muscle connection on your chest and any particular muscle group that you're working. That connection is what's going to help you build muscle and increase the strength the way you want it to. Okay, so my next exercise will be posted on my website. I hope this is beneficial. If you have any questions, give me a shout, and remember, always ask a doctor, practitioner about exercises before you begin any exercise program.